Podcast. Today we have our first official guest because Jaden really wasn't a guest. He kind of, yeah. Today we have Evan White.
What's going on, guys?
All right. So, Evan, how do you feel being on the EDP podcast?
Oh, it is an absolute pleasure to be on the EDP podcast.
I think we've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
No one else has really reached out. So, I don't know.
Reach out to the EDP podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Super dope guy. Talk about the best things. This episode's gonna be lit.
Yeah, I think this will be a good one. Because obviously we're friends. I mean, some people were saying I should probably get like someone I don't know to like, because then you can kind of ask more. You're kind of learning about them.
Learning about them more.
But like, I don't know. There's two sides, right? Because we're
gonna get some good conversations out of this.
I think so. I think we can.
Yeah.
I think we can go off topic. We can go on topic. But I guess we'll start off with kind of the point of this podcast is to figure out what the plans are. So I'm hoping you kind of have an idea.
I absolutely have an idea.
Okay, so like, what is kind of your plan after high school?
Well, I'm deciding between two right now. So one of them is obviously continuing my sports career in freestyle skiing or volleyball. And my second one is also trying to be a physiotherapist. So go through kinesiology and work through science.
You've applied for school, right?
Yeah, I have.
You did. You went UVic, maybe?
No, I went to UBC, UBCO, and then my brother went to TRU. But I'm trying to apply to like more as well.
Have you been accepted in anything?
I've just sent out like my transcript, so I haven't gotten
I got you
there yet.
I don't know. I feel like there's so much like pressure, kind of with get your notifications off, bro.
My bad.
Oh, you just get notified from the ED podcast, probably. Just go Instagram page. You'll get the new episodes going out.
ED podcast, shout out.
But like I don't know. There's like so much. It feels like it makes me feel like I have to go to school. You ever feel that?
I did at first, like, because my parents are super big on like post-secondary and stuff. But you learn that like you can take a gap year and then still do the exact same as everyone else. Like it is so like not as demanding and strict as everyone like kind of points it out to be.
Yeah, I saw this video actually like for like 07, like our grad year. It's like the most like there's a lot of people for 07. So I was like it was like talking about like how it's like harder to apply for schools because there's so many people.
And how many people do we have in our school? We've like in just our grad.
This is the biggest grad year, but like even our like Jaden's grad year next year, they're even bigger. Jesus. Like we have like 200 grads or something.
That's like just like how much we probably only have like 900 kids at our school.
Yeah,
200 is already just our grade. That is diabolical.
But there's only 4 grades now. There used to be 6 grades because we had 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So
we've dropped.
But even with that, it was 900. So like it shows that like people
growing.
Because
that's the reason they built the middle school.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah,
because
it was like
it's still that busy. It's still that busy.
Yeah.
Like that's 3 grades in there, and there's like
still.
I actually have no idea how many kids they do have in there.
In the middle school.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big building. I have no idea.
It's funny. I remember now going back that before it was getting built or when it was getting built, we were both like, I hope we have 1 class in there. It was a middle school, but we were hoping that us high school students.
Yeah, we missed it by like a year, I think. I remember.
I'm so glad we did.
Because this place looks terrible.
Because people that were like in grade 7 when it was being built had to do like grade 8 in here, no?
Yeah. I remember some people switched, like they were in the high school, but halfway through they had to they switched through to the middle. I would suck. I would hate that.
Honestly, I really enjoyed like grade 7, like the annex.
The annex. Gosh, the annex. Oh, that's crazy.
It was like that. Honestly,
it was good.
It was an experience,
Yeah.
Because I remember they went like out to the elementary schools and they talked about like, oh, you're gonna have your own building, you're gonna have your own vending machines, lockers. I was like, that sounds great.
So sick.
I don't think that's
now. It's like,
that's not the middle school experience, bro.
Yeah, no.
Because that kind of was middle school, really. You would have like band or PE in the main building,
or like woodwork. No disrespect to the woodwork people, but like you just do a lot of like.
I didn't even have woodwork. I did that. Technology, bro.
Technology.
You Tech 7, bro. You have that?
I think I was in your class. Remember?
No way. Tech 7? There's no way.
I was with like
maybe it was Tech 8.
I was with like Magnolia and
that was grade
Miles.
8 then.
Was that grade 8?
That was grade 8 then. Because grade 7, I didn't know you. I knew Connor because we used to play Mad Tracker. Yeah. So that I remember like we we played Mad Striker, and that's like when I was in the big building, I thought I was like the sickest kid, but like, yeah, I'm playing Mad Striker in the big. I'm a big boy now.
Big boy.
Yeah, I was like,
that's cool.
But back then, that's what I thought because I was in grade 7.
Well,
grade,
honestly,
like,
yeah,
grade 12 was terrifying.
7, like we're 13 years old, and we're like right beside like the high schoolers. I used to think, man, I'm the shit, bro. Like this is.
And
so
now
sick. And now we're like, damn, I was a loser, bro. Oh my.
But now we're the grade 12.
Yeah, now we're the 12. Oh.
It's so weird.
Can you imagine 2 months? We have like 2 months until we're graduating.
Basically have 2 months.
2 months, and we're done.
That's why, like, honestly, obviously for Capstone, like the whole project is read I'm doing. I want to get May 15th over with so badly, because as soon as May 15th, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
As soon as it's over, like, right now I want to graduate. I don't want to be here anymore. But as soon as May 15th is over, I'm be like, now I want to stay.
Reminisce? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like now it's like a month left, bro, and like class can feel so different because it's just like
everyone's just gonna start giving out.
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
Yeah, they don't care at
all. But like I don't know, it's just like it's like scary, but also
crazy to think about. 13 years because that includes kindergarten.
Yeah, but like this year's gone way too fast. Like
it. Yeah.
Do you remember Commercial?
Yeah.
How long ago does Commercial feel?
Like a month ago, honestly.
Really? Like it's
like it hasn't.
We're
like
almost
we still talk about the concert.
Still listen to the concert.
Still listen to the concert.
Dude, I still
shout out Soul.
Yeah, shout out exactly.
Soul.
Shout out Soul, bro.
Nick Bierman.
What a go.
Maybe the next podcast.
I could.
Member.
I could.
Yeah.
Yo, Nick, reach out, bro. Anyone reach out. Like honestly, like it's just I don't know. I really don't mind having like anyone on. I mean, some people I'll probably say no to. It's true though. Like I'd rather have people I want to talk to on the podcast.
You're saying something interesting, like
because obviously right now we can talk about whatever. We are talking about whatever, which I like.
Yeah.
I don't want to have just random people on, you know.
Yeah.
But let's go back a little bit because
a little bit back on structure here.
Yeah. These are just like some generated questions that I got. So like, what do you think creatively plays into education?
You're gonna have to repeat that because
what role do you think creativity plays in education? Wait, okay. Here's a little. So Riga, when he was talking about like Commercial, you don't remember how we had to make our own like
that little sheet?
Yeah, we had to make our own what's it called? Criteria, whatever. Yeah. That's like kind of what schools are wanting to move to.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I did not do that paper. I don't know how I passed that class. I didn't do the one assignment we were supposed to do.
We had an assignment.
It was that paper.
That was the
one assignment that we had to do.
Yeah, so that's what I mean, like creativity, right? Because that's like a creative class. You're just making your own music.
It's your own rubric, your own structure.
But everything else, like say if you're saying like math, there's not really creativity involved.
Yeah,
you know?
It's more like you follow a already pre-made structure. I think it's good. Like I think there's lots of different ways you can express like kind of creative arts.
You're saying it's a good mix, right?
Yeah, it's a good mix.
I was gonna say.
And I like how like it used to be, like especially my parents, they didn't get to pick their courses and stuff. They got thrown all this.
Grade 7 was like that.
Yeah, you kind of got thrown into all this, and then you didn't really have a choice. Where now, like kind of 9 and up, you got to pick and like choose what you want to pursue.
Especially like grade 11 and 12, you have to like choose like
you don't get everything.
Like electives were like you have to pick sciences for electives and stuff like that. Like
which is nice because I do remember doing like science in grade 8 and just thinking we're doing all the science.
Yeah,
like, this sucks. And then I'd like strive in one like bio, and I just absolutely shit the bed.
Chemistry.
Pardon me, chemistry. So it's a good mix.
So you haven't done chemistry or like physics, right? You've only done bio.
Yeah, I've only done bio. I'm in bio 12 right now.
Because I feel like I remember grade 11. I felt like I wasn't doing good enough because everyone's like in physics. They're doing like all the sciences. I'm here just like doing chemistry.
I used to think that, but I had a chat with Marnu. Shout out Marnu.
Oh yeah,
old
that would be a good guest.
That'd be a great guest too.
But he's just never.
He comes.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll give him a little. Yeah, Marnu, reach out, bro.
So I remember I talked to Marnu and he told me, you don't have to compare yourself to other people and their strong suits because you could be like they could be thinking the same thing about me, but for a different elective. Like for example, let's just say commercial. Because I'm like so goated, #goated on the drums. Some people could just be so jealous of that, and they think, "Oh, I don't want to do it because I'm not obviously not good." Where I feel the opposite about like math or whatever. I
feel like grade 12 has really been a year where I realized that. Like I feel like everything before that, there was like such a
you have to compare
stigma
to
around it.
else,
Like you worry so much about everything, but I feel like grade 12 has chilled out a lot.
Yeah.
Just like everything in general, like everything just feels so much less
cluttered,
judgmental.
Yeah,
like
you kind of everyone's just kind of minding their business. They don't care what happens
because now it's like it's getting real. It's not like I don't know. It was kind of childish before.
Yeah, it was always like, oh, when you hit grade 12, when you, but now you're here, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to get stuff done, and honestly, like I really haven't been, but that's why like as soon as you grad, I feel like I'll probably lock in a lot and kind of get it all together.
I remember Phil. It was just yesterday. We were waiting for a volleyball practice, and then we're talking to Phil in the hallways, and shout out Phil, the goat. He was telling us, it was like if you know what you're doing and it has nothing to do with schooling, he said dropping out is completely fine. Like he said, dropping out is not a bad thing if you are dead set in stone.
That's like, going back to like you said, your parents, right?
Yeah.
Like that's back then.
Yeah.
You don't think it's different now?
No, I think like if you are set in stone and you want to be a blah 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 whatever, like
I feel like it has to be going well whatever you're doing.
Yeah, though. Yeah. Like for some jobs, it's absolutely necessary to go take post-secondary and all this stuff. But I feel like there are some other ones, like for example, our little garage band. We don't need like a. If we all dead stop, hypothetically, we all dead stop and locked in on our.
I honestly have thought about this.
Yeah, it would like. I think we would be completely fine without it.
Even if we all had one job, and just did like gigs and stuff and posted stuff,
completely
fine. It could work.
It could totally work.
And I'd love that, honestly. Yeah. The only thing is consistency. Yeah. Right? And it's the same thing with like something like this. Like I think it's great that I'm doing this because it kind of gives me experience. Like say if we do go to that, I have experience of like what is that like posting something I'm trying to get like every week maybe for now. At least till like May 15th because there's not really a point after. I mean, I still could. Yeah, it depends where this goes, right?
Maybe it's really good.
I've only had like an intro. Like this is my first actual podcast, right? And I'm like kind of fresh on it, so I know like I don't know. It's just there's a bit of uncertainty with it. So, but I agree. I've actually thought about that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on where you go, what your thoughts are, how well you work. If you're a procrastinator, because I'm a procrastinator.
I think everyone is, but there's definitely different levels.
To it. Yeah.
And I've fallen in the ladder of being big. Yeah, it's just I honestly don't know why.
What's your worst class you think you procrastinated? Because for me, it's math. It is math.
Really?
Every time I go, yeah, I'm gonna get this done at home, and then I just get home and I
don't know what it is, but recently I've been doing good at math.
Really? You have been?
I don't know. I really don't know what happened. Like, I mean, I've told you this before. Like, because of pre-cal 11 going into foundations 12, like obviously pre-cal's hard course, foundations is like under that. It makes it easier for me because it just like pre-cal. It was fast and it was tough for me. Like some people thrive, and that's why I'm like school is good for some people.
Yeah,
but it's totally so like pushing on like everybody. Not everybody has to go to school, but some people they're made for school. Like obviously there's no getting rid of school.
Yeah,
you can't just get rid of degrees and everything because I'd rather have a doctor that knows what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So like it goes back to if some jobs and some things you absolutely need it. You absolutely need it, and the people who are strive in school will absolutely get it. But then the other people who don't, it's like, it's not.
Yeah, but also I feel like it's just like I said, like really tough to get into school.
Yeah.
Like even if you're like an A student.
Yeah, because that's like normal now. You have to be like a quad A, 4.0 GPA.
Yeah.
Number one in the world in mathematics. Like you gotta just. I saw a video on Instagram. It was some dude. He like rates, some what are the things called? You apply for uni, your transcripts.
Yeah.
And you're like reports.
Oh, he just gives them like little ratings.
Yeah, he does ratings on them. Cool, and he would like, I'd be thinking like, oh, that one's not bad. And he'd be like, this is terrible. And I'd be like, oh.
It's like, wait, I've seen this transcript before. That's not bad. I mean, going back to Marnu again, like, he was like he had he was what's it called, valedictorian.
Yeah.
Like, and now he's in Vancouver.
He's in Vancouver.
And I remember when you told me he didn't make his jazz band, right?
Oh my goodness.
Like
That was shocking.
Think about that.
He was like
he was the best.
He was the best. He was the most musically talented. Good music there. He made songs for our little band to play.
That's what I mean. That's my point. Like, it's so tough.
It's so tough.
That's like the best. He was best for our school.
Well, you got to take into consideration. Our Lake Country only has like what? How many people in it? You think? What's the population?
The population of Lake Country? I actually have really like no idea.
So probably a strata in Vancouver is the same population as the entirety of Lake Country. So Vancouver has like, I don't know, 2 million people to choose from, where we only have like, I don't know, 1,000, right?
Yeah.
So they have just millions more.
It's kind of like the school way and like AAA and stuff like
AAA
that, right?
for
like,
sports.
That's the way of like looking
that's exactly
at it, right?
Right. It's just so much easier.
Okay, let's Ben, go back. I like that we're going.
I like we're going.
Okay, so this is actually like, in your opinion, what makes a good educator? Like, what's a good teacher?
Good teacher.
Don't give me any examples.
Okay.
You do a lot of name dropping, which is fine. And maybe not teachers.
Okay, all right.
But like, just give me, I guess, characteristics on like what makes a good teacher.
I think someone who listens. Like I've had teachers where they were really good at like explaining the topic, but they just had no emotion or towards their students, and they didn't listen to us. Where I've also had teachers who were terrible at explaining it. They were the worst. Sometimes it's not even their subject.
Yeah.
But they were so good at listening and like connecting with their students that it made the class enjoyable.
Yeah.
And those are the classes I usually did well in.
So like, making a class enjoyable is really important.
I think that's one of the most important things. Because if you don't have an enjoyable class, it sucks. It just sucks.
I think being like, as a teacher, if you're a great person, that makes you a better teacher.
I agree.
Because you can look at that person and say, I always felt bad for teachers because they've done so much. Obviously, they've gone education, but they are very underpaid for what they do. Well, they're educating everyone.
Yeah,
everyone goes to school in their life. I mean, I guess if you have access to it, right? But you're going to school, and like, teachers like have a very important job. So it's just like, if you're a good person, like, you can make like the kids become also a good person. Like, you can be a good teacher, like good at teaching stuff, but if you're a good person, people will like not live off that. They can read that, like, don't you have that effect does that effect have you on like certain teachers? Not really.
Depends.
It depends.
It depends, because I've had where they do, but it also they don't at the same time.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it really depends on like what the scenario is, what my relationship with the teacher is.
Yeah,
because I know that some teachers are perfect with like some students are like, oh, I love that teacher, and then some students are just like, oh, I hate that teacher, right?
Yeah, that's so true. It goes back to like, your relationship. Yeah, you're right.
Favorites almost.
I mean, not in all cases. Some cases it's just like, I like a teacher, and then someone else is like, what? Why do you like that teacher? I'm like, I don't know. It's a good teacher.
Yeah.
So if it's like a hard subject like math, it might just be because I don't like math.
Yeah. Or
just like a bias, I guess.
Or I was talking to one of my old grad friends, and they were like, oh yeah, this teacher, you gotta watch out for him. He's super, super hard. And I go, and I'm like, oh, this wasn't that bad. He was pretty nice. And so it really depends on like what you think of it. So
yeah.
I take, when someone tells me about like a class or something, and they're like, oh, it's really blah blah blah, I take it with a grain of salt, because you never know what your experience will be. That's honestly really good. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that. They will just believe it until they die, and then they go into the classroom with like a bad attitude, and then it just starts from there. Honestly,
that's a lot of times it's the student's fault. I feel like.
Yeah, I totally think so.
Because I would just, not for all, but most teachers I feel like are trying their best.
Yeah.
Like I feel like anyone, just in general, like anyone is just trying
their
best.
They're not out to get you. Like, they don't go to class and go, I wanna ruin this kid's day today. Because
realistically, there's no right or wrong way of teaching.
No.
There's a right or wrong way of receiving what you're being taught.
I absolutely think so.
So, I had something else to say, but I kind of forgot. It's okay. Oh wait, no. You know how teachers will ask you like, what can make this course better? Yeah. That's a good. I always thought it was a good way. Like, I never gave really good feedback. I won't lie. But because it's kind of tough,
Well, I found when teachers ask me that, it used to be at the end of the course.
That's what I mean. Like, at the end of the
course, what
can
I make you do better? Wouldn't it be smarter to do it at the beginning, so then they can actually innovate those.
Yeah, that's the point. Is like for the next, because they're teaching like the same course.
Yeah, well, I get
your point.
Yeah, it's different. So shouldn't it be better to do it in the beginning and then actually implement those strategies and techniques into their teaching throughout the course?
And honestly, I remember like doing that for a teacher, coming back to like a different
year later,
like doing the course again, the higher grade.
Yeah,
and I don't think anything changed.
Exactly. That's why I think some teachers do it because they have to, and then some teachers do it because they actually want to do it. So it depends.
I don't think that they don't have to.
I think they have to.
Do they? You've done that. You don't have that in every class, buddy. There's no way.
At least all the important ones. Maybe
I'm tripping.
I don't know.
Maybe one of us is
one
right.
of us is tripping.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
I do.
Forgot?
I did just forget them.
It's okay. I know it's on the spot.
Yeah.
I can go back. I have my notes. Don't worry.
You got some.
Ooh, yeah. How do you think technology is changing the landscape of learning? Because I remember back in, I think, grade 9, we were talking about the come up of like AI, right? And look at what AI is now. Like not 5 years ago. I guess, yeah, sure, let's go 5 years ago. We wouldn't have thought it was like, this is like 20 years in the future. We thought this would be, now we're doing it. Like we really just, I don't know, AI and everything. I mean, just like robots, I guess, is much more of a possibility. And it's a scary thing. Like I want to see where it goes, but also it's so, I don't want to say I'm a like conspiracy theorist, but like it's a bit of a like, I don't know. Doesn't it make you worried about what it could turn into?
It's weird because 10 years ago we're thinking, 2025 we're gonna have flying cars.
Yep, I agree.
But 2025 we don't have that, but we almost pivoted to, it's like still like if you told us what we have now 10, 20 years ago, we'd still be blown at like this is crazy.
Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah,
but it's just not in the way we thought it'd be. I feel like that. Yeah. So
I think we've innovated in different ways.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So I think there's evolution that has been made
for better and for worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's ever since like the creation of the iPhone, bro.
Yeah,
technology has just been
on an uprising,
like crazy. I've
seen like ads for like, like the Apple Vision Pros.
Yeah,
but it's in like a contact lens.
What?
Yeah, people have like lenses, like a contact lens in your eye. But it's like you have a computer in your eye, and that's like.
I mean, even going like. What's that thing with Elon Musk? He's like
the Neuralink. The chip in the brain. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Get me away from
there's
that.
No way.
I don't want nothing in my brain. Can you imagine? And they got the good to go to test that on people. Oh my God.
That's.
I actually haven't heard much about Neuralink recently.
Like
it kind of just died off.
I was gonna say it was there for a while. It kind of died off, right?
Yeah, maybe the AI is like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of just overshadowed
honestly,
it.
you know what? There's just so many things that a lot of things get overlooked.
Yeah. Do you think there was like a striking point in technology? Because for me, it was
like a peak.
Like there was like a certain point where it went this point in time, and then it just blew up. For example, I remember sitting in science class in grade 8 or grade 9 with Mr. Robinson. Shout out. We were, and he pulled up this thing, and it was called ChatGPT. It was the first time anyone's ever heard of ChatGPT,
Okay, yeah.
And from that point on,
that's what you mean.
The whole AI technology, ChatGPT, it just skyrocketed.
So that was
I think that point
honestly,
on.
I think I've had like the same experience. Yeah. I feel like most people probably have because like. You heard ChatGPT, and then it just
blew up.
Boom.
I remember, still is relevant.
Yeah. But for me, I think it was AI art.
Yeah.
I remember like in grade 9, we talked like the AI just generated stuff, and you like just type something in, and it's like now it's like I haven't tried. Isn't it like instantaneously now?
Instant. Yeah, you could. I mean, obviously all the memes nowadays with the.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why it's scary. Like, oh, that's what it was. Like I've seen, like say a celebrity. And like you can tell it's a fake video.
It's a deep fake.
Like, not even I don't think it's deep fake anymore. It's like AI. It's just pure AI. So it's the voice, but the mouth is moving so accurately. Yeah. Like, you know how it was so bad before.
Yeah, you could obviously tell, but now it's like
recently
I have been like, wait, that was AI.
I have no idea if it's real or not.
Oh, that's gonna cause so many.
That's why I mean it's scary because this is dangerous, bro.
Oh my. I know. I heard Elon. I read an article somewhere where it was like Elon Musk can't get sued because there's so much AI videos and voicing of him that like anything he says could just be mistaken as AI now. He cannot get sued.
This is my point.
Yeah,
this is my point.
It's already getting scary.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I want to see where it goes, but look at what it's doing.
Look what's already going on right now.
And in the span of like I said, like 4 or 5 years.
I think AI also took a turn. Like it was made for a reason, but it branched off into different sub-reasons.
You know, yeah, it turned like more into brain rot. Yeah, you know, like which is so weird.
What's the brain rot? The
Bombobilo to crocodilo. Like anything. That's what I mean.
Anything can just.
It's just so. Yeah, it's such a like a curveball. You're right. Like it's so different than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's like also like perfect like civilization, right? Like like the futuristic was all like blue and white, you know, and like flying cars
and drones and
delivering
your food, which actually that's a real thing now in China, right?
Something. I don't know where it is.
I
think there's bigger cities, no?
Maybe, I don't know. I just heard they're like delivering food and stuff through drones.
Ooh, there's like restaurants that'll have it like the robots you put out on the tray.
That's crazy.
Like that's the thing that you would expect, right?
Yeah.
You'd expect that, but now it's just like,
dude, we're gonna have killer robots coming for us. Did you see
the video? What I mean.
I saw a video online. It was some dude, he was making like a animatronics and stuff, and it was like, do you see that video?
I have not, but
oh my god, it was like talking like what is my purpose? And it was like, dude, you're making like Ultron right now. You gotta shut that down right. Yeah. Like, oh my goodness.
That's scary, dude.
Do you think you'd survive an apocalypse? You think like a robot apocalypse?
Here's the way I remember seeing, like, you know, like if you play against like a chess, like a computer, you press computer. Like there's a computer out there. I remember seeing this. It's probably like a long time ago now, but like a computer that beats the best chess player in the world. So someone that like can't be the best chess player made a computer that does.
Yeah.
How does that work? So think about that.
I think it's just because it reads, like it learns the patterns.
It's smarter though.
It learns the patterns because humans have human mistakes. Right?
You're right.
A robot will not. Robot can analyze it and pick the best scenario for the exact one.
Yeah.
And like, it won't make a mistake.
But it doesn't. It's still kind of crazy.
It is. That's crazy how they do it, but like, I don't know how.
I know it makes sense. That was good. That was a good way of explaining it. Yeah, that's super true.
Now going back to do you think you'd survive in a robot apocalypse?
I really don't think.
Do you think anyone could? There's no way, right? Because they're just they don't make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Where we have human error, they don't. I don't think anyone could.
That's why when you said like the animatronic thing, when he's saying like, "What's my purpose?"
Yeah, dude, they're already getting a conscience, like a sentient.
If it's a conscience, that's where we're done.
We're done.
Because it's all connected by the internet. So as long as they have internet, they can talk to any computer that they want to.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that is?
Yeah, and they can
imagine like
scary.
30, 40 years from now, we just become the AI, bro. Everything just kind of goes in like
It's all
which is like I'm just saying.
I always base it off like you know the movie WALL-E.
You know what? That's gonna say like we base a lot of things off movies, which is really bad.
Yeah, it's almost influencing our.
Like what I was thinking, like with alien stuff. So this is such a really big curveball, but like, okay,
that's fine.
It's like UFOs. I feel like those stories were first of all made up for like movies and stuff like about UFOs.
Well, they were made for entertainment.
I wonder if it was like aliens. We call aliens because of like I don't even know. We made up that term.
Extraterrestrials.
Yeah, but like
ET.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I honestly have no idea if there's something out there or not. Because I've watched this one video on YouTube one time, and the stories that people were telling, like I can imagine being like the person interviewing them, like they seem so real and believable.
Yeah.
Like unless it's just other humans or something like that, you know, which makes no sense though. It's just like I don't know, it bogs my mind sometimes. But I don't know.
It's a crazy topic.
Yeah.
That is a deep, deep rabbit hole.
That we're not going to get into.
We're not going to get into
education podcast. We're going to education. This is where, I don't know.
let's throw another curveball. You got any? What's your funniest childhood moment? You think funniest moment you can live as a child?
You know what sucks?
What?
I always like think about stuff about like my childhood, but when someone asks me like just like what you just said, I forget everything for some reason.
It's like
Does that happen to you?
Sometimes, but I do in a different scenario. It'll be like where I'll get into an argument and it'll be like, oh yeah, name one time that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's just like disappears.
It's I don't know. I
What happens? Why does that happen?
I really have no idea.
Maybe it's because you're like under pressure.
Yeah, but like we have a brain. I don't know. Like our brain should work for that reason. I really it's weird. I mean, you want to become. Wait, you said physiology, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not psychology. Different
psychology.
That'd be, I don't know, the way the human brain works, I guess. But I mean, do you have an example if you're asking that question?
Yeah. Like mine would probably be at I was gonna say something, but that didn't really work.
What do you mean?
Like I was gonna say back at Gardam Lake.
Yeah.
Grade 6, we would every day we'd go because we did the school one, and then I told my parents because like our school in grade 6 you had a class field trip.
Dude, that was
for like a
week.
So good. Yeah,
you went with just your school, hey? I went with me and Oyama. So.
No, we went because Davidson's
bigger.
W Davidson, bigger, better.
Big up.
Bigger, better.
Shut up.
Bigger, better. No, so we just went to Davidson, and then through the summer, because the summer was right after, we're like, all right, we want to do that again, like for the actual camp.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize it was a Christian camp.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say it's a Bible camp, bro.
And so we didn't realize that till we were in it. And so every day we'd go to the lunch room or whatever, pray, and then go to the little theater thing. Like you'd sit down and then you'd
oh, I know.
And then you have to sing all the Bible songs. And I didn't know any of the Bible songs. And sometimes every day they go around to one person and they have to sing like a little line of it.
Oh.
And they came around to me and I didn't know what to say. So I just went, la, 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 la. And everyone looked at me and started laughing at me, and it was so bad. I was so embarrassed.
Oh, why have you never told me this story before? What the heck?
It was so embarrassing. I kind of wanted to never. Oh.
You know, we might even need an Evan part 2 if we just have that much stuff to talk about.
I have a lot of stories.
Like honestly, I don't know. This is good.
It was so embarrassing because I was like, I remember he was kind of coming every day. He'd go around to one person, and then it was like the second last day. Like, I need just 2 more days. And he's looking around, and boom, eye contact. I'm like, oh no. He walks up the stairs as everyone's singing, and then it gets to the ground, and it puts the mic to my.
Oh, the mic,
not the mic, the whole everything. And I just go, la la la, and then they all look at me, stop singing, and start laughing, and I just felt so embarrassed.
So is this your funniest story or just the most embarrassing?
A bit of both.
Like,
bit of both.
I think it's funny.
It was funny to other people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, embarrassing? I feel like that I definitely have the most embarrassing moment, surely. Okay, you know, like, I don't know a specific, like, example, but you know when, like, you get something wrong in class when the teacher asks it?
Oh.
Like, you didn't even raise your hand.
It's like the one time.
You're just confident. You're just like, is it 3?
Is it 3? No, not quite what I'm looking for.
Okay, yeah, that's the
worst. That's the
English
worst,
teacher, bro.
Not quite what I'm looking for. You're on the right track.
Yeah. They're trying to make you feel better.
Right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would you rather have a teacher go like, "You're on the right track, you're right there," or would you rather say, "No, you're wrong"?
See, that goes back to like the personality thing.
Yeah,
right?
Which one do you want?
I honestly, it's so like you can't make everyone happy as a teacher.
I agree.
Like some people will like you, and like others
some
just
people,
like
it's inevitable. Some people won't.
Speaking of teacher, would that ever be something you like do?
I kind of, in a way. So I like coaching. So for example, for my skiing and stuff,
easily do PE teacher. That's like I would consider that.
Shout out, Mr. Roberts.
Maybe like socials or something.
Maybe.
Because I don't know. I wouldn't want to do math or science because I can't do it. And I don't want to go to school for it.
I never had a good like socials class ever.
Yeah.
For reasons that we will not disclose here. And so I guess I can't really. It's kind of dead to me now, even if I really couldn't like it.
Yeah, I was just like throwing stuff out there because I just don't know what else. I mean, again, I wouldn't be a band teacher because I don't know enough, like, because you need to go to school for that, right? So, I don't know. PE teacher would be the only one that's kind of makes sense to me.
For me, it'd be coach because I can coach like my skiing and
okay,
sports
so you would do
really well.
You would do
that
a
would
job.
I think that's what Connor's doing. Shout out Connor. He's going.
Yo, you just love
I shout out everyone.
You just love doing it.
He's going to TRU. Got accepted to TRU, but he's gonna go coach freestyle for Sun Peaks. For money, and you make a lot.
Oh, you can make
So you make a lot of money.
You do something, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And you can do coaching,
and then you can also do coaching. Yeah, that's what my coach right now is doing. He is he's working, or he's taking something at UBCO. I think he's.
How young is this guy?
He's pretty young.
Dang, that my statement before goes away, bro. I thought it was like older because he's like saying, "Oh, you can drop out whenever," right? I was like, "Oh, you can't just drop out." You know, but like that makes more sense. If he's younger, that he's closer to like
closer for sure.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense now.
And then and he's doing skiing on the side, and he makes so much money. He made like $500 in one day.
He tells you how much money he makes.
Well, yeah, we ask.
Oh, okay.
Because we were trying to bribe him to like buy us food or something, and he's like, "No, I can't
afford."
Yo, what? And I was like, "I can't afford it." I'm like, "Yes, you can. You make so much money." He's like, "Yeah,
I do." You guys brought.
Yeah, come on. It's like, yeah, if you do a dub 10, I'll buy you.
Didn't you do coaching before for skiing?
I do a little bit of coaching just for like trampolines and sometimes skiing, but like I need to actually get like all these courses.
Yeah, because I feel like you've told me that you've done.
Yeah, I've done a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's not really been like a for sure career path.
Right now. But for tramp, you haven't got paid.
No, for tramp, I don't get paid. Tramp, I got like my hours, so then I can get paid.
Honestly, like Connor could just go full time.
Connor could go. Connor has more. Connor has the same amount of courses, like coaching courses, as our coach, which is crazy.
Yo, what?
Yeah,
I didn't even know he's going. He has courses for it.
You have to take all these like safeties courses, all these ethical options courses.
I did not know that.
And there's all these air courses to learn how, because you can't just.
Yeah, I just didn't know there was that many.
Yeah, we have because we have a background in freestyle. The courses are not irrelevant, but like we kind of already know because we've one done them and two competed. Where let's say you just wanted to get into freestyle coaching, you don't know how to do all these tricks. You have to take all these courses to learn how to teach it.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's a hassle, but you get paid a lot.
Okay, you mentioned a good thing, your competitions.
Yeah. They're
was that ever that was like a dream probably for you, no? Going to comps more when you're older, doing that. Or not really?
It's a weird story how we got into freestyle. It was kinda like
we have time to tell it.
Yeah, we kind of moved here, and then we just joined like the regular like Silver Star, how to ski because we're like I don't know 7, and then our mom she's looking online and she's found this little ad saying jumping in jelly beans or something. Oh, that sounds fun. We'll sign them up for that. 10 years later, we're now competing nationally.
You've been skiing since 7?
I've been skiing since I was 2.
What?
But I started doing freestyle since I was 7.
That's crazy.
Yeah, both my parents are big skiers, so they like.
That's what. Now you said that, like, I'm surprised you haven't done like more because I remember whenever you do like comps, like, I don't want to say, there's a lot better people out there than you,
absolutely. Right? There's way better.
So
people.
It's just like surprising me that like.
Well, everyone else has probably been skiing since they came out of the womb. I'm gonna be honest.
Keep it a buck.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like some of these older guys that we compete against, because me and Connor, we compete against like men, like who do it for a living.
Okay, so like a better question is, would you want to still do it when you're
older? Absolutely. I totally want to keep pursuing that for now. You get to a point where you can kind of tell like, okay, this probably isn't gonna work or last that long. Even some of the older guys who are winning everything, they're even saying, skiing can only take you so far. You got to think about your future.
Okay.
So it's good. I think it's good until you're up about like 22s, 25s. That's when you kind of start thinking, okay, I should pivot somewhere else because skiing can only take me.
And honestly, you'll have opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you have sponsorships. You get.
I was gonna ask sponsorship. Is that is it a big thing? Sponsorships.
It can seem like a big thing. Like I know
because skiing is a bit of how do I say
underground sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is weird. I don't know why my parents didn't. You'd think because my dad played hockey. You'd think they'd sign me and Connor.
Have you ever even?
I skate and do hockey sometimes, but like I'm not like an avid skater.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's fun, like once in a while. But we like.
It's more fun for fun instead of competitive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I was never good enough to be competitive.
It's because it's so different. Skiing, you're kind of there on your own, right?
Yeah,
You're not doing it's not a team effort.
Skiing is a solo sport.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, it's very different because you're not really rooting for a team, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of more of a...
I think it's nice to have both. Like, for example, I do skiing and then also volleyball. So I have that little team sport with the solo sport. So I have, like, a mix of both.
I honestly really wish I could got into volleyball sooner. Like, doing, like... It's just because in grade 8, I signed up. And I wanted to take it seriously because, you know, I'm, like, this German kid, you know? We're all, like... We always take everything seriously. That's why I feel like I haven't anymore. I kind of, like, lost that, I feel like. But, yeah, in grade 8, I know, like, the boys were not taking it seriously. I was like, bro, I'll just drop it. And then, obviously, you and Marvin joined. And I was like... I think I considered that time. Like, well, grade 9, you guys both joined it, right?
It was funny because I was your friend, and then Marvin, like, I didn't really know Marvin that well. And then we both joined the volleyball team, and then me and Marvin got really close, almost closer than me and you.
I remember, I think I was jealous about that.
Yeah, because I remember it was me and Marvin, we were always fighting. Like, we're all, I got Steven today for lunch. Oh, I got Steven.
No way.
Yeah, we're like, I was jealous of Marvin. I'm like, oh, man, I'm Steven's friend, blah, blah, blah. And then me and Marvin.
See, this is what I mean. How it was like more childish back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like back grade normal. 9, grade 8, like they was like different type of childish. Like grade 10, 11 was like stupid childish. Like we're getting too old for this crap. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not saying that was crap. I'm saying like like drama and stuff. It's just I don't know. It's just stupid.
Nah, the grade 8 friend group was very interesting.
Kind of peak though.
It was all right. Peak is debatable. It was fun. It was fun. I think fun's the right.
A lot of people like because that was like COVID time, so everyone was complaining about their cohorts. But
back Tyler Busby. Yo, that's a crazy
name drop. Shout out Tyler Busby. You're gonna see this.
You never know.
Yeah, I guess you never know.
What the?
Yeah, we are recording this in a parking lot, bro. We're just seeing
people going by.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's. You know what? I think sports has played so much in my life. And I think it plays so much in other people's lives too. And I think if you don't do a sport, that's one of the, in my opinion, for me, not doing a sport is one of the worst things you can
do. I don't want to be too judgmental, but I just can't see the other side.
Really?
How do you not, like, do anything? Like, not doing a sport or even, like, enjoy, like,
yeah.
Even, like, me and Jaden just go and play basketball, right?
Yeah.
How do you not do that?
Like, you don't have to be all in a team.
Yeah, of course not.
I'm just saying, like, you go out with your buddies some days and you go to the basketball court and play some 2-on-2s or something.
Anything. Or even just, like, the gym. I never understood why people, like, never... Even just going 2 or 3 times a week, bro. You don't have to look big. But be fit.
Okay, I'm lacking on that, but I'm not lacking on that.
Okay, but you're still athletic, though.
Yeah, I'm still athletic, but, yeah.
All right, we'll take a little ad break. All right, well, yeah, I never got, like I said, I don't want to be judgmental about it, but it's like, for me at least, I guess people have different priorities of what they want to do.
Yeah.
But for me, it's always been like,
I feel like just having some type of physical education or some type of physical sport or something you can do active is just like so important.
Because there's different levels of fit, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're like very more like I'm pretty
athletic. I'm very
compared
athletic.
to me. You're way more athletic.
Like I can go. You could tell me make up a new sport, and I could probably go in and be one of the best.
Yo,
that's crazy ego, but it's true.
Okay. I guess that's kind of mostly it.
Yeah.
But I guess we could do a little bit more fun questions.
All right, I got a fun question here.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Steven. You were locked in a mall for 24 hours. All right, and there was 7 king cobras trying to hunt you, or 1 gorilla trying to hunt you. Which one would you pick to survive for 24 hours?
Okay, to give some context to people listening, we've had this conversation before, and he's trying to convince me so much.
No, I am absolutely right. There's no way your answer. All right, tell him. What do you think, Steven?
I'm taking the gorilla, bro.
That is crazy, Steven. There's no way you're taking the gorilla.
It's 7 king cobras.
It's a gorilla.
King cobras.
Have you seen a gorilla?
It's one of them. I'm worrying about one of them.
It's still one of them. It could destroy any amount of you. You only need one of them.
Yeah, but 7 of them. Look, 7 of them.
7 king cobras. Hunting them. Just like run
you
away. They're slow.
They're not slow.
They're slow.
There's no way.
Yes, we are. Dude, remember last time?
But like, there's no way that I don't know, man.
Yes, I do know. And the moment the gorilla sees you, It's not stopping until it kills you.
Bro, let's make a bet, bro.
I will make a bet on this. I will make a bet on this. You are not surviving a gorilla at all. Yo, you have a way better chance with 7 king cobras.
Yo, one day, once we have my money, but we make money. Once we make money, bro, we'll rent out the damn mall, buy a damn gorilla, 7 cobras, we'll see
which one. I'm telling you right now, the moment it sees you, it's not stopping. Because do you think you can run faster than a gorilla?
No,
do you think you can hide from a gorilla?
Yes.
You think you can hide from a gorilla?
Okay, but
it is an apex predator.
But it has to be like aggressive. It has to.
It's trying to kill you,
but it has to be aggravated.
Yes, it sees you. It's looking around, hunting for you, and it lock on. You're done. The moment it sees you, you're dead. You could like have a tap dance with the stupid king cobras, and you'll be fine.
Tap dance is crazy. I don't know. I don't.
I do know, and there's no way you're living with a gorilla.
I don't. Not living.
You're not living. 24 hours. You are not living for 5 seconds.
I don't know, but I don't agree with you.
You have a way better chance with the snakes. It's a snake. You can survive a snake bite.
Okay, before you crash it even more, I think we'll end it here, buddy. To save. Oh yeah, that's crazy, bro. Okay, so how would you? How would you describe your experience with the EDP podcast?
I think it was very good. We had some good conversations. Love to be for a part 2.
Yeah, honestly, guys, if you want, let us know. If you want part 2?
Part 2.
Otherwise, reach out to me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's definitely a bit longer. Exactly what I wanted. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next time.